High school wrestling is on the air from Center Point Urbana High School in Center Point, Iowa. We've got quadrangular dual action for you tonight as there are 4 teams in attendance. As first, we will see the West Delaware Hawks taking on the Beckman Blazers, 2 area schools in here in this first duel tonight, and then the Williamsburg Raiders will be taking on the Center Point Urbana Storm and Pointers, and that duel those will be on at the same time. And then our second duel of the night will be West Delaware taking on Center Point Urbana and Beckman taking on Williamsburg. Good evening, everybody. Along with Roger Reed, I am Jamie Vasky, and we get you set for WAMAC Conference Wrestling. As Roger, right off the bat, we're going to start at weight class 145. We're going to see Alex Linderwell going for the Hawks as he's going to be taking on Cody Feldman from Beckman.
Well, Jamie, Beckman comes in here with some quality individuals that do not have a full lineup, but they've got some quality kids, and we're going to see a handful of them tonight. West Delaware will have a full lineup, so that will aid them in this duel. I believe Beckman's got 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. They've got 5 open weights tonight, so the Hawks should pick up about 30 points in forfeits. But you know what? You still got to get out there and win the matches. And Linderwell's taking on Cody Feldman from Beckman Catholic. That's a nice double leg by Feldman. Got in there deep, cut the corner, and Linderwell had nowhere to go but down. Now a half Nelson inside wrist by Feldman. He's getting the job done for Beckman. And Jamie, these meets tonight are crucial because you got a WAMAC seed coming up here, so the head-to-head matches and the common opponents are going to take precedent here.
Yeah, and you don't realize this early in the season that these matches do mean something, and it may not mean anything for tomorrow. It may not mean anything for the first couple weeks of the Christmas or right after Christmas. But I tell you what, when it's going to matter is going to come here quicker than we think, and that's the WAMAC tournament near the end of January.
That's exactly right. That seeding meeting will be that Friday night. That's when it will be really important. So Alex Linderwell will have some work to do to get caught up here. Tight waist tilt by Feldman. Picked up 3 near fall. Got that inside wrist. Now a head lever by Feldman, and he throws Linderwell on his back. Linderwell could be down for the count. There's the fall in 105. Jamie Vasky, the Blazers get on the board. A picture-perfect textbook head lever and a half Nelson by Cody Feldman puts the Blazers up early in this meet, 6-0. Boy, that's you talk about a head lever and how to run it and throw a half Nelson in it. You saw it right there, picture-perfect, Jamie.
Yeah, it was, and right off the restart is when he did it, and he came right after it, and picked up the fall right after the restart. I think Harrison Goebel's going to pick up a forfeit at 152 for West Delaware.
And the Hawks have their orange camo on tonight, Jamie, with the black WD in the back. We haven't seen those for a while. So I think the guys like to wear these. They're pretty sharp. And they're sporting the camos. So Goebel will pick up a forfeit, I believe. There's a forfeit for Harrison Goebel. Yep, we're going to be knotted at 6s now. Easy work for Harrison Goebel. And that's going to take us to weight class 160. And Alex Reitz will pick up a forfeit, Jamie. There's a forfeit by Alex Reitz. And all right, we're going to see a weight class 170. Jamie, we've been waiting for about 3 weeks.
And we're not going to see him do anything here, I don't think.
There's a forfeit by Coy Russell. He's going to pick up the forfeit, 1-0 on the early season, picking up 6. So the Hawks are up 18-6. And we're going to see Brent Lammers take the mat. Been waiting to see this also. And Coach Voss said it might be this weekend. So we'll test the waters today. Lammers looks healthy, looks big, looks physical. And he'll be taking on Logan Kucht from Dyersville Beckman. And the Lammers out early with a nice Russian tie, 2-on-1. And really attacking Kush with that 2-on-1. Just underway here. There's a nice high crotch by Lammers. Got in deep. He's going to cut across the double and dump Kuch right on his backside. He's going to climb the body. He's going to pick up 2. Might be some back points located here as he's going to climb the body and put a half Nelson in on Kuch. He's going to stack him up. He's going to get 3 near fall. He might get the fall if he can get off to the side. Kuch in a high bridge trying to get off. He steps over the body, turks the left leg, splits the legs now of Kuch, climbs the body, cross face, far shoulder. Got Kuch on his back. I don't think he's going to get the fall here. unless he can tighten this up. Cooch rocking back and forth, bracing on his elbows. Lammer's readjusting, and he's got a cross face, and he's going to load that up. He's got it locked up. There's the fall in 57 seconds, Jamie. He went to a far side cradle on Cooch after he turked that leg. I'll tell you what, that's the way you like to see it.
It is, and Brent Lammers, I think there was an article today in the Gazette saying that the top-ranked 182-pounder is going to see some action this week, and he comes right out here with a fall for the Hawks at 182.
At 195, that's going to be a forfeit. The Blazers have Tyler Hirsch in the program, but that's going to be a forfeit, Jamie, for the West Delaware Hawks. And picking up that forfeit, Brady Antones is going to pick up the forfeit at 195.
And Dylan Linderwell is going to pick up a forfeit at 220.
So this may be a record for the shortest meet of the year.
I didn't even see what time it started.
We started right at 5:30. We're 5:37 right now, and we are already up at weight class 285. Now, Caleb Zeeser will have his handful here with Colton Luck. Colton Luck had a nice conference tournament last year for the Blazers.
Leak,
thank you. Colton Leak, spelled L-U-E-C-K. Colton Leak now with the 2-on-1 rushing tie. We're going to get a all right, 1 point. Leak comes to the mat with his, that's one of those new rules, Jamie. Colton Leak comes to the mat. He's got his, he didn't tape his shoelaces. If you don't have a shoelace strap on your wrestling shoes, you're required to tape them up. And he reported to the mat with dangling shoelaces, so that's going to be a technical violation.
Take the time here to recap this, what we've seen so far. Hasn't been a whole lot, as we've seen a fall by Cody Feldman at weight class 145 over Alex Linderwell of West Delaware in 105. And then the Hawks received 3 forfeits in a row. Harrison Goebel, Alex Reeds, and Coy Russell. And then a 57-second fall by Brent Lammers over Logan Kutch. That made it 24-6. And then Brady Antones and Dylan Linderwell picking up forfeits for the Hawks at 220 and 195. Has our dual meet score at 36-6 as we're up to heavyweight. Colton Leak from Beckman, Caleb Zeeser from West Delaware, and Zeeser with a 1-0 lead after having to give up that 1 point for the shoelaces not being taped.
And tell you what, you'll take a point anywhere you can get it, especially against Leak. Double underhook by Leak, nicely countered by Zeeser as he drops his elbows and backs out. Now Leak with the 2-on-1 Russian tie, tying up the left arm of Zeeser. Zeeser with the collar tie, and he's trying to block off Leak. Leak applying a lot of pressure, Jamie. Zeeser has that good headlock. I think this would be a great time if he could throw that headlock right now. He might have Leak. There's a nice snap down and a go behind by Leak, and he's going to pick up 2. But that was a very, very nice. He felt the pressure from Caleb Zeeser, straightforward pressure from Zeeser, and a nice snap down by Leak, and a go behind, and he picked up a 2-point takedown. Our score is 2-1. Our dual meet score is 36-6 in favor of the Hawks. Our score right here at weight class 285 is 2-1 in favor of the big guy, all 6'4" or so of him. Caleb Zeeser, the sophomore from West Delaware, having his hands full here with Colton Leak. He is a senior for the Blazers. Half Nelson now by Leak has Zeeser on his back. 28 seconds left to go. We have not had a match go out of the first period yet. So Colton Leak teeing out on top. He's got chest to chest on Zeeser, getting a little bit high. There's the fall in 143. 143, Colton Leak will drop Caleb Zeeser. Very nice half Nelson by Colton Leak, and I think Ben Litter will pick up a forfeit, Jamie. And Ben Litter at 106 will pick up a forfeit. Up at the Hawks up 42-12, and we are already
48-12.
48-12.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, you're correct. 42.
Okay. All right.
I got ahead of myself.
And Brad Roush now is taking the mat. And he will be taking on Mason Burlage from Beckman Catholic. So Brad Roush is sophomore. Burlage is a freshman. So Brad Roush wrestling very, very well on Saturday. That very, very tough Five Seasons duels down there in Cedar Rapids. Roush was in some nice matches, and we'll see if he can work on finishing. There's a nice double leg. He has his head caught between the leg of Burlidge, and he pops over, comes through, pops the leg off, and covers the hips of Burlidge and picks up the 2. Nice takedown there. And we talked about, Jamie, one of the Hawks' weak points so far has been takedowns on their feet. So it's nice to see Roush get out and get one early.
Yeah, it was. And I think with the way the matches have gone so far and not having as many matches, that tied up the takedown tally at 2.
2-2. We started at weight class 145. We are at weight class 113. And Brad Roush up for the Hawks. Brad Roush up 2-0. Getting a little high riding. We saw that a little bit on Saturday. He's draping himself over the arms instead of behind the arms. Nice job by Burlidge, trapping that left arm of Roush and pulling him under and try to high leg over. Roush got his hips back up and blocked off Burlidge. So now Roush gets behind where he's supposed to be. Now hard cross face the far arm. He's got the right shoulder of Burlidge planted on the mat, trying to turn him over for some near fall. Burlidge does a nice job blocking off. He gets that right hip on the outside up and blocks off Roush. Roush very high again, and a sit-out attempt by Burlidge. And Roush has to pull himself back behind. So Jamie Roush, Brad likes to, he gets way out high in front. He's got to pull himself back and stay behind the arms and the hips.
He does, because, like you said, we saw that on Saturday with Brad where, he would lock up a situation and he knows what he wants to do out there, but he just kind of gets ahead of himself and doesn't make sure everything's locked up before. And right now, it's a good situation for him. He took his time, he locked up the cradle, and he's going to pick up 3 near fall and the fall. 154.
And we have yet to have a match go out of the first period. So unbelievable display here of pinning and forfeits. We are 14 minutes into the duel, and we have 4 weights left. So this could be weight class 120, 26, 32, 38. 4 weight classes left, Jamie, 15 minutes into the duel. We will have some time to spare as our match to the right is just at 160. So I'm not sure. You look over to
I think Austin Howell's going to pick up a forfeit at 120.
Logan Riley at 126. You look over, Coach Hogan has a bevy of Blazers dressed out. Maybe he's choosing to wrestle some of them JV. He's got, more than he's putting out on the mat here in this varsity match. So I'm not sure what his motivation is, whether they're injured or whether they're sick or whether he wants to wrestle some JV matches. But we're at weight class 126. And Logan Riley's going to step up to the mat, and he's going to take on Jake Raker. And Jake is a freshman. So Logan Riley, the senior, stepping into weight class 126. There's a nice double by Raker. Got in deep on the legs of Riley. Riley with the double underhook and pulled Raker up. Now tap and go by Riley on the edge of the mat, in on a double, and Raker finds the edge of the mat, and off they go.
Of course, the 4 teams here tonight: West Delaware head coach Jeff Voss, assistant coaches Chris Lenz, Pat Phillips, Scott Litter, Kurt Hatfield, and Mitch Payton. For the Beckman Blazers, head coach Kevin Hogan, assistant coaches Ben Goldsmith, Nick Ketchum, a former West Delaware Hawk. As you could see, him and Coach Voss kind of giving each other a hard time right before the duel, and then Kirby Kendrick, a former Beckman wrestler and outstanding football player for the Beckman Blazers, the assistant coaches for Beckman. For the Center Point Urbana Storm and Pointers, head coach Scott Slifka, assistant coaches Matt Grennan, Bruce Tweeten, Landon Tweeten, John Sackett, and Blair Feasley, head coach for Williamsburg is Grant Eckenrod. His assistant coaches are Jeff Sin, Benji Weingarten, Mike Steckley, Cody Calkins, Luke Guerrero, Brian Vercandy, and Micah Casper.
2-point takedown by Logan Riley. That got Coach Hogan up off his chair as he went to far side fireman's. Riley did, and Raker rolled out of it. But I think there was 2 momentarily. There was a quick 2 there, and I think it was 2. Good call by our official. And 48 seconds left to go. Nice far knee, far ankle by Riley. Tight waist tilt. Now he's got a tight waist with the left. Chop with the right. Inside wrist now, climbing the body. The senior from West Delaware up 2-0. The Hawks are up 54-12 over the Blazers. A couple of pins by the Blazers. Lots of forfeits and pins by the Hawks. There's that claw ride by Logan Riley. Tight waist, got a half Nelson on the right. Now switches to a half Nelson, driving Raker across the mat with the half Nelson. Now Raker peels the half Nelson off. Now double inside wrist by Riley. Jamie, this may be our first match that goes past the first period. Got 9 seconds. And right now,
I thought you were about to get ahead of yourself and say our first full match. But you're right. This will be the first match that made it past the first. As we had falls in 105, 1 minute 5 seconds at 145. We had a 57-second fall at 182, a minute 43 fall at heavyweight, and a minute 54-second fall at 113.
So it happens in a hurry when that pin bug starts, as we call it here. Tell you what, the momentum gets on somebody's side, and that is hard to stop. And we've seen it work both ways for the Hawks this year. 54-12 is our dual meet score. 147 left to go, second period. There's a nice job by Riley. Comes to a stand-up. Raker just latches around the waist, and he's going to get called for stalling. Took him a long time to take Riley back down to the mat. Riley back up in a stand-up. Raker might get called for stalling one more time. He's trying to drive Raker off the edge of the mat. And our official's going to bring him back to the center. And Riley down. Riley's getting to his feet. He's got to work a little bit more hand control to get those hands of Raker split. Raker again is a freshman. Beckman has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 freshmen in this lineup. And some of them have wrestled and some of them have not wrestled. Could be stalling against Raker. They're stalling against Raker. 1 point for Riley. Again, you got 5 seconds to return your opponent to the mat, and Raker was way over the 5-second rule there. Nice double leg by Riley in deep. Hard crossface by Raker. Riley goes through the crossface. Now up to the shoulders. Underhook to the left side of Raker. Now snap down by Riley. Raker dives in, attacks the single, attacks the right leg of Logan Riley. Riley now with a hard whizzer. He's stuffing the head. He's working the head hard. And Raker does a nice job. Cut the corner on Riley, spikes that right leg. Riley doing a nice job countering, but it could be a 2-point takedown by Raker. There's a 2-point takedown by Raker. That was just a nice job by the freshman.
It was, and a tough freshman we're seeing right here. A very tough freshman we're seeing against the Coach Phillips down here at the table trying to see what we need here.
Well, was
there stalling?
Well, I think he thought it was the second one, but it wasn't. I think the score's right. That was a takedown by Riley. Takedown. Oh, they got 4-2. A mathematician, Coach Litter, now up, saying it should be 4-2. And he's usually spot on. And they're going to call our referee over. So maybe there was 2. They got 4-2. So we must have missed a warning, and then they gave 2 points, 2 penalty points.
But as I was saying, Jake Recker, I tell you what, for a freshman here, he's given the senior Logan Riley fits out there, as he's just not able to. Logan really not able to do what he wants, and we're gonna see Jake Recker the next 3 years really do some good things for this Beckman wrestling program.
Well, I think you're right, Jamie. He is wiry, not real big, but he's wiry, and he's got a very tough grip. When Riley gets to his feet, Raker grips right around the waist, and there's a nice outside stand-up by Riley. He's going to split the hands. That time he split the hands. There's your 1-point escape. Snap down by Riley as they go off the edge of the mat. It's now 5-2.
And with short time left in the period, 3 seconds left, and Riley gets an escape there. Now we're going to have, and he dives right in as time expires. So Logan Riley getting after it, trying to build on a lead.
That was just a very, very nice job of splitting the hands. He got hand control that time, and that's the key to making that stand-up work. Get hand control on your way up. There's that far side fireman's by Riley, and he's got to pop his head out and cover the hips, and he does. Nice job right there. That time he covered the hips, popped his head out and covered the hips. The last time he didn't do that, and that let Raker get his hips back out. Riley working that half Nelson, tight waist with the left, half Nelson with the right. Raker up on all fours. Comes a tight waist tilt by Riley. Got the right arm trapped around the midsection of Raker, and he tries to tilt him. He's got him loaded up on his hips, and Raker rolls through. Jamie might be tempted if you're Logan Riley to cut Raker loose and before you get into trouble.
And I see he's kind of getting himself into trouble right now as he's going to give up a reversal there as he kind of tried to go to that crab ride, and Raker did a great job of just pushing back, getting pressure going backwards, and picked up a 2-point reversal.
Now he's trying to set up that near side cradle. He drives his head right in the left side of Logan Riley. He tries to lock up that near side cradle, that drive cradle they call it. 59 seconds left to go. Riley hanging on to a 7-4 lead. And I think, Jamie, Riley is very, very good on his feet. We're going to get stalling against Riley now, not moving underneath. So both wrestlers have been warned, and Raker's been penalized. Riley hasn't been penalized yet. Riley now up to his feet. Raker's going to try to lift him. There's a 1-point escape by Riley.
One.
Now we're going to get one. It almost happened so fast they didn't give him the one. He just got to his feet and turned quickly back into Raker and shot. So I suppose if he would have got the takedown, it would have been scored as a reversal.
Yep.
Nice inside single by the freshman from Beckman. He's got the left leg of Logan Riley picked up. Hard whizzer by Riley. Now he's going to try to cut across to double and back trip Riley. Riley with the hard whizzer.
Knees were down, they're saying.
Yeah. That's a nice shot by Jake Raker. 16 seconds left. 8-4 is your score here. So this will probably be, there's a nice single by Riley in deep. Now he's got to pick it up. He's got to elevate that. He's got to go to the head of Raker. That could be 2. He's got to pop his head out. That's going to be 2 right there. Nice takedown. And again, we're short time, Jamie. That's what you like to see from the senior.
Yeah, it is. And, very little time, and he's not quite going to get a major, but he's going to pick up a 10-4 win. First full match.
That was the first full match. Yeah, we had a 10th of a second left to go on the clock, and our official started them and stopped them immediately, and it's going to put the Hawks up
57-12.
57-12. Coach Hogan over there talking to his young freshman, giving him some encouragement. That was a solid match, and Jamie, you're right. A nice job by the freshman to battle. No intimidation at all. And we're going to get a forfeit, Jamie. And we're done.
No, we got one more.
We got one more at 138. That's Owen Ward picking up a forfeit for the West Delaware Hawks, making the dual meet score 63-12. And now we're going to finish up at weight class 138. We've got Tristan Volker taking the mat. Very fine job of filling in on Saturday. And did not win a match, but I'll tell you what, he got some great experience. And immediately, Volker dives right in on a double. As soon as the whistle blows, in on a double, got shot to his belly. Nice job by, let's see who this is going to be, Luke Heigeman. Luke Heigeman's going to pick up 2, and now he's got a drive cradle on Volker. He locked that drive cradle up. Now he scoops the left leg, and he's going to stack Volker up and take him right to his back. Hageman drives his head right into the right side, tightens up that drive cradle. Volker doing a nice job staying belly down. He might break the grip. Nice job by the freshman from West Delaware. And we got blood time red. Jamie, that was just a nice job by Volker. Hageman had that drive cradle locked up and even stepped through and hook the other leg. And no back points to show for it.
And that's a testament too to Tristan Volker. Coming out there, he's a freshman for the Hawks. He comes out and that was a good fight. It could have been real easy for him to just kind of lay out and give up a fall there, but he fought out of that cradle and it was able to escape without any points.
Well, you're exactly right. And, Hageman's going to get that elbow taped up. He had it looked like a mat burn possibly on his right elbow. He's overseeing our athletic trainer here. Center point here. This new school. We walked in. Got some nice hostesses at the ticket table, escorting us, telling us exactly where to go. And nice gym here, Jamie. Thought it might be just a smidge bigger, but it's a nice gym and
two-way school. No, probably big enough.
Yeah, I think so. Well, we're back to action right here. Volker set. There's the whistle. Hard chop, tight waist by Hageman. He quickly locks up a chicken wing on the left side of Tristan Volker. Now scoops a inside wrist on the right. Volker doing a nice job blocking Hageman off, but Hageman loads that chicken wing up, steps, good 45-degree angle step. Tristan Volker finds himself on his back. Hageman up on top. Good position by Hageman. Not sure if he's going to get the fall as he's got his hips a little bit, his head and chest and his hips a little bit too high on Volker. That's allowing Volker to keep that left shoulder up off the mat. 29 seconds left to go. Our official's looking for the fall. Official looking close underneath for the fall. 23 seconds left to go. First period. Weight class 138. This will be our last match of this particular first duel. Jamie, if it's over right here, this will be a record-breaking time for our first duel. We're at 28 minutes right now. And we're going to get 3 near fall for Hageman and potentially dangerous.
Yep. Yeah, when Tristan came back out, Hageman tried to rerun it, and at that point, that shoulder was getting a little high, and great job by our official to stop that. But Tristan got to get going here. He's down 5-0 here at the end of the first period.
Well, you're right, and very good. Hageman is a freshman, Jamie, so you got 2 freshmen going at it right here. These 2 have probably met at some point, maybe some middle school wrestling possibly, maybe some Pee Wee tournaments, or maybe they haven't met. Maybe this will be the first meeting, but very impressed with Hageman. Very tall and lean. He's got a lot of leverage, and sometimes you look at those tall, lean kids, Jamie, you forget about the leverage that they have in those levers. 2-point takedown by Hageman as he gets in deep and cuts the corner on Volker, and now he goes right back to work. He's got the left arm of Tristan Volker trapped on his waist. He's working a half Nelson, trying to set up a half Nelson on the right. Volker with very good hand control. Now a chicken wing by Hageman. He's going to go back to work on that chicken wing, trying to set up a double chicken wing. And Volker doing a nice job with hand control underneath. Single chicken wing now, inside wrist. I think Hageman's going to step out to the left side, drive that chicken wing over. He's going to have Volker on his back. Hageman doing a nice job with that chicken wing series. Chicken wing with the left, inside wrist on the right. He's got Volker rolled up. Volker trying to bench press Hageman off of him. And Hageman's going to reload that wing. And it's getting a little bit high against Hageman. He's got his hips way past the chest of Volker. And Jamie, I think Hageman needs to drop his chest back and might be able to get that left shoulder Volker down to the mat.
He's really in a bad position right now as far as getting a fall. Is Volker doing a nice job of fighting? Again, you like to see that fight out of an underclassman, just not wanting to give up that fall, and it looks like he might possibly get out of it here again without giving up a fall. Over here to our right, after 4 matches, Williamsburg leads Center Point Urbana 21-0.
Hageman now slips the wing, and it goes to a half Nelson. 11 seconds left to go. Official down looking for the fall. Nice fight by the freshman Volker. Nice half Nelson. There it is. 3:56. 3:56. Luke Hageman, the freshman from Beckman, will win by a fall. Making our dual meet score, Jamie, 63-18, and we are done. Exactly 30 minutes. This duel
6 o'clock.
6 o'clock. So we'll take a short break here. We've got a few facts, a few stats. We're going to recap here for us, and I'm not sure if they're going to wrestle some JV matches or what, but we'll have quite a break here as they are just at weight class 182 to our right. So we'll take a short time out. Jamie will tally up the stats, and he'll have a recap for you. Stay with us. We've got more WAMAC wrestling for you right here on Eastern Iowa Sports Station, Mix 94.7 KMCH.
Des Moines. Simply better banking. Check them out at AmericanTrust.com. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender. Sight and good vision is very easy to take for granted until it is taken away. Advanced Eye Care Associates of Eastern Iowa is here to help you. Advanced Eye Care Associates of Eastern Iowa is located at 105 East Butler Street in Manchester and at 1113 West 3rd Street in Vinton. Your vision is our primary focus.
And more beautiful, they do it by making quality windows and doors, setting the bar high and raising it day after day, year after year, making Anderson the leader in doors and windows. Contact local vendor Delhi Lumber at 922-2404 for all of your window needs. Delhi Lumber, your authorized Anderson Windows dealer, has big town quality with small town service.
And welcome back into Center Point Urbana High School here in Center Point as the West Delaware Hawks defeat the Beckman Blazers 63-18. One full match in that entire dual meet. It lasted a half an hour is all that first duel took between the Hawks and the Blazers. We're at weight class 182 to our right as Williamsburg now leading Center Point Urbana 24-0 as they are at weight class 195. We recap this one as we started here at weight class 145, and it was Cody Feldman of Beckman with a fall in 1 minute and 5 seconds over Alex Linderwell of West Delaware. And then the Hawks had 3 forfeits in a row as Harrison Goebel, Alex Reeds, and Coy Russell pick up forfeits for the Hawks. Squeeze in a Brent Lammers 57-second fall before 2 more forfeits by Brady Antones and Dylan Linderwell. The Hawks were up 36-6. And then at heavyweight, Colton Leak from Beckman with a fall in 1 minute 43 seconds over Caleb Zeezer. That made it 36-12 in favor of the Hawks. Then Ben Litter with a forfeit at 106 pounds. That made it 42-12. At 113, Brad Roush from West Delaware with a fall in 1 minute 54 seconds over Mason Burledge. That put the Hawks up 48-12. 120, Austin Howell for West Delaware picking up a forfeit. And at 126, it was our only full match of that dual meet as Logan Riley picking up a 10-4 win over Jake Recker. That made it 57-12. Owen Ward picking up a forfeit for the Hawks at 132 pounds. And then Tristan Volker losing by a fall in 3 minutes and 56 seconds to Luke Hageman of Beckman, making our final team score 63-18. On that dual meet, West Delaware with 5 takedowns, Beckman with 4 falls. Beckman had 3 falls in that dual meet, West Delaware with just 2. And West Delaware wins 11 matches. Beckman wins 3. No major decisions or tech falls by either team. Roger, we saw the Hawks and the Blazers. We're going to see the Hawks and Storm and Pointers and Beckman taking on Williamsburg in our second duel here tonight.
Well, we certainly are, Jamie. The duel I would really like to see is West Delaware Williamsburg, but we're not going to see that. We will see that later in January, I believe, and that's why they are not wrestling that tonight. But it's going to be an interesting duel with the Storm and Pointers. They've got some quality kids. They got a returning state champion there at weight class 120, so we'll get our first peek at Brock Rathman for the Storm and Pointers. So they've got some good kids, and it's going to be an interesting duel. They've got a couple of forfeits also, but Coach Scotty Slifka has been there a long time, and he pretty much knows what he's doing, and he's got some good kids, and we're going to see that duel here coming up.
Absolutely. Well, we'll have quite a bit of a break here while we wait for this Williamsburg CPU duel to wrap up. It's now 36-0 in favor of Williamsburg as we move up to weight class 220. As is that right, or are we at? We got to be up at heavyweight.
285 right now.
We're up at heavyweight now, and they've got a few more matches there, and we'll be back for that second duel. Janelle's got some stuff she can play for you back there at the station, as we'll keep her informed of when we're ready to go back on the air. For my partner, Roger Reed, this is Jamie Vaskey saying stay with us. We'll be back on Mix 94.7 KMCH.